future's just fine. But I'm changing rubber weekly, bleeding dollars every time, and my heart feel the pressure, just like my wheels on the road. Need some loving and some money before this big rig explodes. Tears in the spreadsheets, crying every night. Money running faster than a rig in flight. Tires on the trailer keep slipping away. Sacramento wife got nothing to say.
Well, I made it here to my pickup in Chattanooga, Tennessee, by the skin of my teeth. I woke up this morning, was looking on the load board, tried to find a load. I couldn't find anything. Everything on the load board was garbage. There was a few loads going, within 150 miles of Augusta, but they was at the far end of that 150 miles. The last thing I wanted to do Monday was have to get up, get dressed, take this load, go drop it off, then turn around and go back 100 miles, 150 miles back to the house. You've been wasted all day Monday just doing that. Then most of the loads that were picking up there where I was at, looking for a load out of Clarksville, Tennessee, they were all picking up like at the far end of my search, like 170 miles, 150 miles, and it wasn't even in the direction of going to the house. So I had to backtrack to get that load, go to the house with it, and then Monday backtrack. There was just no good options on the board. I had to put the phone up and was getting ready to head to the customer to go make that final delivery up there in Clarksville. I took one more last look, and then I saw a load picking up going to Beach Island, South Carolina. And I was like, holy crap, that's 8 miles from the house. So I looked at the board and I said, oh, it's picking up in Chattanooga. That's actually on the way. And I got $12.50 for it. So from here to my house, it ain't that far. I got better money on this one than those other crappy ones. This was the perfect load. I got the perfect load, but the thing that stressed me out with it was I had to be here by 3 o'clock. So now I rushed over to the customer. It was only like 4 miles away, less than 5 miles. Made it in there. There was like 3 trucks in front of me. They were taking their ever-loving time unloading those trucks. And I kept watching my GPS because I already had the address to this place punched in, and it was saying I would arrive at 2:27. Then it was 2:35. Then it was 2:45. Then it was 2:50. And I called the broker around about that time and told him, I said, man, I'm not going to be able to make this load. I said, I'm still way up here in Clarksburg. I haven't got empty yet. So I don't know what they're going on, but they're just taking way too long to get this here load, get me loaded. Anyway, it worked out. The broker called down here. I got here at 3:11, 3:15, and I just did make it. They've already came in, told me to head around over here. I got to drive over through here. I got to drive along over in this area over here and then back up. There's another truck right behind the building over there. They said as soon as he pulls out, for me to just back in where he's at. That's what I'm going to do. Headed over to Kimberly-Clark this morning to go deliver that load that I brought home Friday. Let me go ahead and start this logbook up. When I come home with a loaded trailer, I can't come up my driveway because the driveway is just too steep. I can bring the trailers up here empty, or if it's loaded like less than probably 5,000 pounds, but you can see my driveway right here. It's not a very thick asphalt driveway. If I come up here with something heavy, it'll tear it to pieces. Plus, now my water temperature sensor's going off. I guess the thermostat opened up and I'm a little bit low on water. As you can see how steep my driveway is right here. I got to turn it really, really steep and hard to come up this steep driveway. Whenever I got my spread axle coming up here, that middle axle comes off the ground. But I live in the cul-de-sac at the end of this road right here. So I usually just bring my trailer and park it right there. It doesn't bother anybody. Now when I come back home from delivering this load, I'll take the trailer up the driveway with me.
But I'm going forwards. Sometimes I go sideways, or maybe in a spiral. He's walking in a circle. Where's he going? He'll end up in a park.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick walk around. Mainly, I ain't going about 8 miles. I'm just gonna make sure I got air in the tires. That's about all I'm checking for today. All right, now my cat eye system, I had to take it off on this axle because the valve stem on the other side, the idiots put a little small stubby on there, and I got to get that inside tire on the other side changed. Look at that. Anyway, now this one here, you can see this one here is cracked open, which means one of these is leaking air. More than likely it's that inside tire because I can't see it. That's the one I kept having to air up a little bit here and there. This one here, this is the tire that I had to change. I blew a tire coming home from Chattanooga Friday night, and I had to stop over there about 90 miles from the house in Greensboro, Georgia, and they had to change that inside tire. And this one over here, the cat eye's still closed, so that one's good. See, here's the damn tire right here that I blew. I meant to grab that thing out of here yesterday. You know what? I'm just gonna throw it on the ground out here. Ugh, and get dirty.
He's walking
I'll pick it up when I get home.
He's allergic to frogs, but that's okay.
Let me put some air in that little tire back there in the back because this is a little bit of a heavy load. I don't need to.
So I close
Even though
my
it's 8 miles, it's
eyes
probably got about 90
and
PSI in it.
it's all okay.
I don't want to ruin another tire.
Can we fly higher without letting go? Can we fly?
Yeah. See, it's got about 95 PSI in it. I can go get my water bottle out and spray this thing, and I won't see any air leaks anywhere. And I guarantee you it's that inside tire on the valve stem. I had to fill this one up like twice last week. About every other day it'll go from about 115 PSI back down to about 95. If I had a light load on here, I would just go ahead and run it up there with the 95 PSI in it. It's just so much, man. This trailer is such a pain in the ass. Between the brakes, the shocks. I just had it aligned last year. I've had this thing aligned since 2018, since I bought it. I've had this thing aligned like 5 times to try to eliminate the wear. I even bought some bushings. I haven't put them in yet. I bought the bushings like 2.5 years ago. They're at the house in the shop. But this right here gets so freaking annoying every day. I mean, every now and then, I'll get all the air leaks fixed on the tires. And then before you know it, it's time to change one out. And when they change them out, they put new valve stems in it. And then about a week or 2 later, after they put the new valve stem in it, one of them's leaking. This tire is slow to take air. I've been airing this thing up forever. One of the valve stems must have a slow intake on it. It's up to 100 PSI now. It's getting there. The valve's almost closed now. All right, that's good enough. Ah, look at that. That's why it wasn't taking air so fast. It had a butthole in it. I didn't see it. It's way back there. That's why it was taking so long to air up.
Can we fly?
Well, I just got to my customer and I was smelling antifreeze right here on my filter right there. That thing is leaking the water out. There's a crack inside it's dripping all over my arm over here. It's been spraying all over the inside of my fender well, but my reservoir is crack right here. You see it pouring out a little bit right there. It's still got antifreeze in it. Look at it, spraying all over the tires. They're calling me. Well, they then came and got me, want me to bring the stuff over here. I didn't even know they were building this out here. This right here looks like a brand new warehouse. I just happened to see all the cylinders out there like I'm carrying, because this is actually before you get to Kimberly-Clark. It is going to the Kimberly-Clark address. The guy right here in the little front end loader there, he just blowed his horn for me to come follow him. See, they got all the cylinders out here in the front.
I stayed up all night just to hear you tell me no.
Well, that took about 20 minutes. Here he comes right now to get the last 2 cylinders off. And I'm gonna go on out of here and get back to the house. Now I gotta call the dealership and find out how much a reservoir costs for my truck. I'll look at the dealership price, and then I'll look at online prices. He only grabbed one this time. I don't know why he grabbed one. They're stacking them over there. But I need, he was getting 2 the other times. So that's another thing now that I gotta add to my little list of things to fix. When I got here, I was smelling brakes again. So the brakes are still just too tight. Something's not working right on those brakes. I don't like the way the springs are working. Like I said, this trailer is just a huge pain in my ass. You've got constantly airing up the tires. No matter what I do, they won't hold air. No more than, between all 8 of them, I'm constantly working around. 1 week it's one of the tires on the front, one of the tires, it's just one of them. If it ain't that, it's the brakes. Even if the brakes are working properly, you're lucky to get a year's worth of use out of these brakes. All right, that's him now. He's out of here. Let him get on around and pass me, and I'll.
Can we fly? Walking backwards, he's walking in a circle, but I'm going forward. What a great day. Where's he going? He's walking somewhere.
Man, it is muggy this morning. All right, I'll be back home here in about 10 minutes. Well, I'm back home again. And as I was coming off the exit ramp right here behind my house, I could feel like the trailer's trying to pulse when I'm coming to a stop, because I was empty again with the, empty. And it feels like this axle right here is locking up again. It's pulsating when I was coming to a stop. I could feel it just toot, 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 toot. It could be that the trailer has superheated that drum again and it's causing it to warp. That's a possibility. As far as the brakes and the S-cams and the bushings, all that stuff has been changed out. It's all brand new. I don't know what's going on, but I've about had it. I've about had it with this trailer. I'm sick of coming home and yanking tires off and fixing stuff, and it ain't fixing things. Like I said, that axle right there, the front axle, those are brand new brakes and drums. Again, and the new bushing on the passenger side. I called a dealership, and he's supposed to be getting back with me. They said they got some 2025s on their lot. But my God, man, I do not want another trailer payment. I got one more year to pay this truck off, and I really am not wanting to get another 5-year term payment on anything. I just want to get this truck paid for and fix what's wrong with this trailer. If I can fix what's wrong with this trailer. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I'm tempted to take it to a trailer shop and let them deal with it. But at the same time, I don't want to come back from Vegas and have a $5,000 repair bill either. Look at this. I got the hood popped open. I'm fixed to go inside now and call Kenworth and find out how much this reservoir is, because now that thing's leaking. You can see the water's all over the side of it down here. So I got to get a reservoir.
All right, my dear, I've got an aftermarket in stock. Let's see. What's your phone number? I'll price it for you.
803.
You're looking at, I'll be there in a second here, $387.30 before tax.
385.
3.
Well, that's what she's telling me now.
I can take it down to $210.73.
You care if I check online, see if I can find it, or?
No, not at all. I'm sure you can find it cheaper. Let me give you a part number. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
It's going to be T as in Tango, 534-6001.
All right. And if it's pretty close to what y'all got, I'll probably just come over there and get it since y'all have it in stock.
No problem, honey. I'll just save it on a quote for you, just in case.
All right. Thanks for your help.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So 210. She went from 387 to 210 bucks. Let's see how much it cost online. Yeah, see, I can get it here online. One place has got it for 79 bucks. Mighty Products. And other places has got it for 132, and then 159. I don't know, is that $79 one from Mighty Products? Looks like they got one right there for $79.99. And it looks like it's just as good as any other one. I might just go ahead and order it from them. About a month ago, I was out there in Sacramento getting my DPF valve. Well, I got an SCR failure engine light on. And while they were working on that, they came out and told me at the end of the day that I had a cross member on my frame out here broken. The cross member is on the inside of the frame rail, but it's right along in the position, probably right along in this area right under here. I'm gonna climb under there and show it. I just called Kenworth and I verified that it was under warranty, because the frame rail should be covered longer than your normal stuff. Like, let me see if I can climb under here. I'm gonna get all sandy. Dadgummit. Here's my transmission. Here's the exhaust pipe that crosses over. Yeah, right here it is. It's a gusset. So you can see it right there. See that crack? It's right here on that bolt. So it's this bracket right across here. So it's on the inside. It supports this big beam that comes across here, and it's cracked right there. And it looks like it's just a gusset. This piece right here is what needs to be changed out. So it should be this bolt here, that bolt over here, those two bolts right there, and that thing should come loose, and they should be able to bring that out, and then they could change that gusset right there. There, you can see it better like that. Oh, let's see. And I can't really see it on the other side because the cables are all wrapped up and tied up to it. But yep, that's the problem right here. That gusset is cracked right across there. So I called MHC Kenworth in Augusta, and they said bring it on in. Today's Monday. We're leaving tomorrow night to go to Vegas. So I figured it'd be a good time to go ahead and get this done now. And now if I can get out of here. So carry that down there to them, let them work on that while I'm gone. Should be covered under warranty. They told me it's got 500,000 miles or 5 years. The truck's only got 370,000 miles on it, and it's only 4 years old. So if they get it covered under warranty, hey, more power to me. Be one of the first things I ever got covered under warranty. When the truck was brand new, I carried it into warranty for the Jake brakes not working, and they charged me $1,200. Thing had 3,000 miles on it, and that was the last time I went to the dealership for anything. And I'm gonna tell them, if y'all come up with some extra parts or something extra, I'm not paying it out of my pocket. Yeah, the Kenworth, man, I've got horror stories about warranty work. The thing with the Jake brakes, when the thing was brand spanking new, I mean, I picked it up and I noticed that the stage 3 on the Jake brakes aren't working. So I carried it to MHC Kenworth in Augusta. They kept it for about a week. Then called me up, says, you can come get your truck. I went up there and they said they didn't. I said, what'd y'all find? They said, we didn't see anything wrong with it. The computer, we hook it to the computer and the computer's showing that it's working. I said, did you test drive it? They said, no, we don't have to. Well, what happens is when you flip it to stage 1, you get a little bit of compression. When you flip it to stage 2, the compression increases a little bit, you get a little bit more. When you flip it to stage 3, there's no change between stage 2 and stage 3. And I told them that, and they start giving me some bull crap about, this is the X15, it ain't nothing like your 2013 model you had. You know, basically it ain't working. So I carried it to Cummins. We have a Cummins down the road from MHC Kenworth, so I took it to them, and they said the exact same thing. Well, they told me that it could be linked to the overhead. They asked me, have you ever had an overhead done? I'm like, why would I get an overhead done? I just purchased the truck last month. I think the thing's got 3,000 miles on it. And I said, the stage 3 Jake brakes ain't working. So they went ahead and they brought it in, and they kept it also for a week. They told me I'd come back and pick up my truck. When I got up there, they said it'd be $1,200. I said, for what? They said, for us adjusting your overhead. I said, why did you even do the overhead? Well, they said, you told us to. I said, because you told me that the overhead is what could sometimes cause the Jake brake issues. They said, well, we didn't find any problem. And I argued with them for about 20 minutes, and I just got pissed off, and then I paid the $1,200, and then I left. And that was the last time my truck went to a dealership for anything. I could tell you more stories about the other truck, but I won't go into details about nothing. I just do not like the dealerships for any reason whatsoever. But like I said, that little bracket right there, you can probably buy that thing for a couple $100, I'm assuming. So fixing to run it over there, get the wife to follow me, and then she'll come back home. And hopefully when I get back from Vegas next week, the thing will be finished.